So it's what you guys call a sundowner. Okay? It's what you call a sundowner. So welcome to our Zodiac's day, which is communication. My communication is in Aries. So my Mercury is in Aries. So the moon was in Aries. So I was feeling a little bit talkative. And now the moon is moving into Taurus, my house, so to be my logo. So for the next 2 days, it will be my logo in the sky. For the next 2 days, it will all be about I have. So that will be the energy. So what do you have? Welcome to full moon in Taurus. What do you have as a foundation? What do you have as situations and circumstances that you have set up for your own pillar creation, not anybody's, for you? What are you going to build for God? Are you here to build Nike? Are you here to build other brands? What about your brand? What's your brand? What's you known for? Who are you? When are we going to have your name on top of a building? When are we going to have a name at least associated to your family with having a name? Ukaigua General Kiongo Road. You're like, wait, General Kiongo? Ukaigua niaheanire kanitha wa Gathoreki Odire. He donated land to the church, so they even have a name named after him. Those kind of mind states, those kind of Noah. You see, Noah is the thought form that lived for 700 days. PC Kaguthi, PC Kenyanjui technical, that's a legacy. Those are examples. Those are the people you should be looking up to, not your politicians, not your living politicians. How was PC Kenyanjui Technical named after that? Who was that PC? It's not what he did, it's how he did it. General Kiongoro Dondire, shout out to that family. It's not what he did, it's how he did it. Now he has a name named after him, a road named after him, so he'll always reincarnate here. A signpost, a name on top of a building. Now all these cannot be even achieved if you are not looking at the father figure or your foundation. Because all these people, the reason they are in those positions is because someone recognized their efforts, okay, and they received compliments. Shout out to Arabantera, the high priestess. So how do you handle compliments? If I tell you you are smart, will you say thank you? Or will you say, hapana, si kama hata sijajaribu? So when you are struggling with receiving compliments, and I've been a victim. You see, Nasemanga, this is why I talk of healing together, thriving together. This is something that took me years to accept myself where I am, like what I am right now. It has taken me years to accept myself as I am. Take me as I am. We are testing some colored water. TikTok, this is experiment with colored water. TikTok, this is a school experiment. We are experimenting a school experiment TikTok of colored water. So let's see if colored water can taste. Shout out to TikTok for beating the algorithm. It's my wine. Now, it's my trademark. It's my creation. It's my wine. Practice what you preach. So We are healing together. We are thriving together. We are learning to build the world now the right way. If you have the guts, or if you are differently cut, this is not cut from the same cloth. Atujakato, we are not the same material. Okay? We are not Chinese. Okay? This is the authentic Aminism. What you call native spirituality. Native to the land. Now, so the way you accept recognition for whatever you have done. So you moved a class. You are recognized as the prefect, as the number one. So that thing in itself, that has to impact your sense of stability and success. For example, my daughter, she came home, she's like, I've been made the prefect. She has a name tag. And when I went to the school, the teachers were like, we gave them, we only have to give the best student the prefect badge so that she can be an example. So all the other students, and because she's a moon in Leo, you see, now me, I'm deeper into the spirituality. I understand that the reason she received that recognition as a prefect is because she's a Leo sign. First, she's a Leo sign. She's from the Lion of Judah. Okay, esoterically speaking. She's a Leo. She's the 5th house. She's the solar plexus. She is the sun. So by default, she had to shine in that class. It has even not got nothing to do with discipline. I'm being the best student. You get what I'm saying? Now, esoterically speaking, when you know what you're doing, you're a powerful motherfucker. I know the reason now. But that effort of being recognized, that instills a sense of stability and what you call success in itself. So if you are very uncomfortable to receive praise when someone tells you you have a beautiful ass, but it has to be there, of course. Yet unaambiwa uko na beautiful ass na una. Now we are talking of when you wako na matako, makalio. You know what I'm saying? Here we are not talking about the size. We are talking about a shape and a curve. Shout out to all my slim booties, my onion booties out there, my slimmies. Okay? We are angels. We don't judge. Now, TikTok, we're experimenting with some colored water TikTok. This is colored water TikTok. TikTok, this is colored water. This is a science experiment. We want to see how it tastes, TikTok. It tastes amazing. This colored water tastes amazing. Shout out to TikTok. Shout out to my wine. Now, back to the live. So, when you receive a compliment and you feel uncomfortable, remember, nice shoes, you feel uncomfortable. Instead of saying thank you, I bought them at Butter. Thank you. It's a gift. Thank you. I'll get the next color now. Oh, thank you. It goes well with my trouser. Oh, thank you. You noticed. You know what I'm saying? So, when you get a compliment, which is nothing but an acceptance, being recognized for something, and that recognition that something is your effort, the efforts you put in to become number one, to look smart, whatever you are doing, that is your sense of stability. That is your sense of what you can call success. So when you're uncomfortable receiving compliments, shadow work. Shadow work. Because this is creating what you can call a disconnect between you and the flow of abundance. I told you shadow work tunafanya na nyinyi. I told you I've been here before. I've been in instances where I've been complimented for doing things well, and I've always been like, man, no kogeria money, or I've been like, I didn't even feel. But and this comes from upbringing. Remember, Reparenting Tuesday, na saizi tunaongea ni sound down na esoterically speaking now. So when you feel uncomfortable receiving any praise, it doesn't matter what it is, then this creates what you call that disconnect. Now you are disconnecting yourself from the flow of abundance, okay? Which is the universe wants to offer you something That's why unaambiwa thank you for your effort, but you are feeling uncomfortable, so you are creating that disconnect from the flow of abundance. This comes from what you call past experiences, where you felt the need to downplay your achievements. Okay? So in your past experiences, whether it was a child or you felt uncomfortable. You needed to downplay yourself. You needed to make yourself feel small. So that tells you whatever you are parenting, they never made you feel big. So you always downplayed yourself. You always downplayed your achievement. That is why now, as a grown-up, if I compliment you, you feel shy. You are like, I'm not comfortable receiving compliments. Why? Because as a child, that was not there. You need to work on your shadow work. Okay? Someone was dimming your lights around others. Someone was always trying to tell you, you will become nothing. This may have been your parent. They tell you this. You will amount to nothing. Wewe ni malaya. Wewe ni mtoto wangu lakini wewe ni malaya tu. Your own mother. If you are a boy, you are a man. Your own father tells you, you become nothing. Wewe nawe mudurume ukirari agiguku wewe ni kio ngigea. Your own mother tells you, ndugateithika. Wewe ndungiteithika muturire-ini kuhikanĩtie. Your own father ni andu ariku acio athire kuigira uko ndugateithika. So these people are throwing shades at you, curses. Ongeaga maneno ya generation curses hapa. This is how you see it. So the moment unasikia someone has complimented you and you are uncomfortable with taking compliment, you downplay it. That is shadow work. That shows you that when it comes to accepting recognition for your efforts, you are not okay. And that affects your success. So most of you are not stable. Most of you are not even successful. Because someone was downplaying you from a young age. Your subconscious was listening as your mother told you how stupid you are. Wewe ni matiti tu hapo unafikiria hakuna msichana mwingine sasa ako na matiti kijiji mzima. Kazi yako ni kulingia wanaume huku na matiti na miguu. That's your own mother. That's your own auntie. Remember, you are a child. Your own auntie. Utarudi kukuja kutembea huku. Unakuja kutembea huku na hiyo mapaja yote. Mamako hajakufunza tabia. So those things, you may have ignored them because you are a child. They should not have been saying those things to you. They were the parental people. They were the grown-ups. You are the child. That is shadow work because that is affecting your success today. That is affecting your stability today. That is your kabu nonsense. Hizo ma nonsense mnaona na kina kabu. Hizo ma nonsense mnaona na hao ma celebrities mnafuata. Ni hizo. All those, that is shadow work. All those people are, hiyo ni reparenting. That is reparenting. Someone was dimming their lights around them. That pattern may still be affecting you today. So do some shadow work. Uncover the root. What is the root cause of you feeling uncomfortable ukiambiwa you are smart? Ati utaki kununua kitu mpya juu utasikia ukiwa uncomfortable. You can afford a new car, but you're like, you don't want to because you don't feel comfortable. Now, fuck that energy. It's time we go for zero mileages now. Tuanze kufikiria maneno ya zero mileage now. Like just stop downplaying yourself. Like even when now it comes to manifestation, stop manifestation ya poverty. We are in a new world. Hakuna kuimagine tukinunua gari kwa yard tena. We will no longer go to Kayan Cairo. We are manifesting zero mileages. We need to work on that shadow work. We deserve the best. Zero mileage like that, motherfucker. Just like unaonanga mtu ameweka triple number. Zero mileage is where you belong. All these people you see with the money, these were very big spirits in other lifetimes. And there are still some who are the best. They have the money, they are driving the cars with the triple numbers, mileage, mavit, and they are still good people. See what our corruption. Now that's your soul group. Those are the people you should be interacting with. There's something they know that you don't know. And when you observe their patterns, utaona the consistency. There'll be some discipline. You'll find them in golf clubs. You'll find them at the gym. So there's a certain lifetime. There's a certain way of movement. There's a different way they move in this world. First, you don't see them everywhere. TikTok, this is some colored water TikTok. Social experiment with TikTok. Testing colored waters, unajua algorithm. Tukisema ni nini italeta maneno. The best WINE made by me. Shout out to me. Now, itangu hibiscus royal. You ain't tasted anything sweeter than my hibiscus royal. Trust me, you haven't. You may have been going down on your girlfriend. She may have been squirting all her juices in your mouth. You ain't tasted anything sweeter than my WINE. TikTok, this is colored water. TikTok, this is colored water. We are testing colored water made from hibiscus. Colored water TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Turning our waters to... Woo! And that's the truth. Now, so when you're doing your shadow work, okay, when you look at your patterns, how comfortable you are with a phone that has a broken screen because you feel like you don't deserve one at the moment, you should wait a little bit longer before you replace that phone with a broken screen. This is the time to move past those old patterns. Step into your true light. Enda kwa duka kesho, badilisha hiyo simu. Stop blocking your manifestation. It doesn't matter, you will not die. Go to the shop, change that phone. Give me a new phone. Unataka gani? Yenye iko juu ya hii. Buy a new phone. Amo badilisha screen if that is not the case. But you have to move from that. That is shadow work. And the moment you see those shadow work, the moment you start downplaying yourself, that is now when you are going to allow your growth. That is when you are going to allow your achievements to shine without hesitation. Because remember what I said, when you are growing up, someone shut you down. Someone downplayed your successes. AKA, hakuna mtu alikuwa na kuitisha report form, they didn't care. At where's your report form? Nobody cares about your report form. So they downplayed your effort. Wajua, shadow work. You see, shadow work. This is why a lot of people cannot practice spirituality, because it's constant work. Shadow work haishangi, na shadow work haitaisha. Shadow work itaisha ile utatoka in this mental form. Because you may not understand how deep these things go, because it's not you, it's your subconscious. So when you observe the patterns, you're like, wait, kumbe ndio maana hata mimi uvaa socks ziko na shimo. I can't, najua na unaweza nunua socks mpya but na feel ni kama na deserve. Kwa nini? When I was growing up, I was downplayed. This is why even today, it's uncomfortable hearing compliments. Si lazima usikie watu wakuambie uko smart. You are uncomfortable hearing you are smart, aka you are uncomfortable even in the things you are manifesting in your life. Do your shadow work, bitch. Homie, nigga. Ni time ya kufanya shadow work. I told you in a new world we have to do shadow work. We have to recognize these patterns. These patterns of accepting second best. These patterns of always taking a back seat where the whole world is moving. Wewe uko tu hapo unachukuanga tu back seat. You are never in the front seat. Watu wakiambiwa kuja, you are always the one following the line. Jiulize, hiyo pattern imetoka wapi? How comes you are never in front of the queue? Watu wakiendea chakula, it's like you are unaogopa, unakuanga kwa line huko nyuma. Hakuna mahali unaongozanga kwa line. Ask yourself, where did that energy come from? Someone downplayed you when you were growing up. That's why you're uncomfortable. Uncomfortable with compliments. Compliments si lazima nikuambie. Compliment can be you being in the front of a line. Watu wapange line wakuja tuanze kukula. You should be the first one there. Everybody is hungry. If they are not hungry, mbona wameamka? You should be the first one. They ask yourself, what is this energy? Who in my life who was supposed to have been my biggest fan never cheered for me? Look at it like that. They never cheered for you. Parental figures. Your forefathers, your fathers, your grandfathers. Amuna shamba. They never fought for you. It's not about them. The decisions they made hata kama waliuza, they had none of your men. They never thought about you. Hakuwa na kufikiria. But you are there. Oh, my ancestors. Which ancestors now? Which ancestors now? Wagani, unaita wagani? The weak ancestors who left you nothing, or which one? Because you have to be clear now. You have to be very clear on the ancestors that you are calling upon now. Don't call on all your ancestors and then call on the ancestors who can work with you now. Say, I'm calling on the ancestors, the only ancestors who can work and are willing to work with me. AKA, there was in your bloodline people with the same mentality as you. Your spiritual predecessors, your ascended masters, wanakuanga very few. Sila, familia yote ikuangi miamka. Hapana, no, awakening is not for everyone. It's not for everyone. So, there are those people, you call them the cycle breakers. Okay? The black sheep in the family, the people who do things different. No one can understand them. You're like, what the fuck? How do you survive? Like make it make sense. You can't make it make sense because for them, they want you to be in wanataka ukue kwa shida. You have to be suffering like them. Watakutafutia mpaka kazi so that you can suffer like them because they know hiyo kazi inakuja na responsibilities. So some of these things, they're like, oh, let me hook you up. And then they keep telling the whole village, you have to have discernment. Some of your families wanataka uende employment. But you're okay without employment. You're okay. Who said you need to be employed? But for them, they can't. Why? There's no pain there. They want to see you go through pain. Upigiwe kelele na boss, upatane na HR, upewe warning, unyibwe barua ya kuenda nyumbani ukitaka, uambiwe ngojee leave, uambiwe hakuna leave. Uambiwe ni wewe unafanya kazi Christmas, utakuwa kazi mpaka tarehe 24. TikTok, we have some colored water here that we are testing. TikTok, these are science experiment. Kahiteta bomu. Now, ni hibiscus royal money. So, when you wanajua, when you wajui, keep it moving, okay? It's not for you. Unajua some things, they are just too good for some lips. You know what I'm saying? This is not easy kitu ya kunywa na kila mtu. This is a special request. This is exclusive. Easy kitu unaweza ingia tu by yote ukunywa. This is exclusive. You guys, you don't get it. You guys, you don't get it. You don't get it. You'd rather go and drink something that is being drunk the whole world. Colored water TikTok. You don't get it. You don't know how to create mind states. You don't get it. You don't get it. You're not getting it. You're not getting the template of being unique and individual. You're not getting it. Now, so look out for these signs. So when you receive a compliment, feel it in your body. When someone tells you you are smart, I think, listen, pay attention. How did that make you feel? Did that make you feel like you shouldn't accept it? Did that make you feel like it's not you? Did that make you feel like you're not worthy? Did that make you feel like, or did that make you feel like I'm the shit? If you don't feel like the shit, then shadow work. Shadow work. Someone downplayed you somewhere in your life. Someone made you feel small. Someone was dimming your light. Your parents, most of them are your people who are dimming your lights. You may not see it. You may think they are for you. They are not for you. They are not for you. Ask Jesus. Jesus was asked about your parents, and he said, the only parents that I know are the people who are here. Now. It's in your Bible. It's in your Bible. You want me to pull up the verse? Let me pull up the verse. Pull up the verse. Let's go to Google. Jesus says, Yeshua says, okay, let's, Jesus, who gives a shit? Jesus says, this is my family. Family. Jesus says, this is my family. Let me see. Let me pull the verse. Matthew 12:46. Jesus, mother, brother, and Jesus, mother, and brothers. I found it. Shout out to me. Where in the Bible does Jesus say, who is my family? This is your Jesus. Now, church in session. Matthew 12, Mathayo 12, mstari wa 48 mpaka wa 50, aka Matthew 12. So Matthew 1, individual, you make it relating 1 to 2 relate becomes 3. So Matthew 12 is 3. It will be talking about a surrounding. Before you even read it, it will be talking about a surrounding, a situation, a circumstance, an idea, problem, and solution. Hatujafungua verse bado. Okay? 46. 4 is a thought. 6, you pay attention to that thought. And 4 plus 3 is 10. So it's a individual again. 1 to 50. Line 50. 5, a feeling. So now let's go to the verse. Matthew 12, 48 to 50. He replied to him, individual, he. 1, Matthew 1, he replied to him. 1, 2, relating. Matthew 12, relate. 1 plus 2 is 3 now. We are just about to go into an environment. And in the environment, it will be 48. 4, a thought, spending time in it. 4 plus 8 again is 12, which is 3. Now listen. Who is my mother? 4, thought. Number 4, thought, Adam. Who is my mother? 4, 8. 8 is feminine. Who is my mother? Mother. Eternal, maito, number 9. Who is my mother? And who are my brothers? Pointing to his disciplines, his disciples, he said, here are my mother and my brothers. AKA, you point to your virtues and principles, your disciplines. Are you consistent? Your virtues and principles, your disciples. People have different disciples. Who is my mother? Who are my brothers? Now he's pointing to his disciplines. Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever has the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother. So for whoever does the will of my Father in heaven, my farthest away thought, my Father away, that is why Father, you look up, Father away. You look up to your Father, farthest away, the word Father. Father away. Whoever does the will, may thy will, O my fathers, may our ancestors, may thy, as it is done in heaven down here. Heaven is just above or more out there, aka dimness and brightness, or what you call contraction and expansion. Light, externalized. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven out there is my brother and sister. So any discipline that I take on, or a virtue and principle, a thought and feeling, and it does the will of my crown chakra, whatever I want that to do, that is my brother and sister. Those are my sons, brother. This is my brother. Moro wamaito, mas sons. This is the son to my mother, Masons. Moro wamaito, your brother, you should be in your own brotherhood. The Masons are in your brotherhood. Mason, mother to my son. Your descendant thoughts. My brother and sister. My other thought. My image now. My son and my sister. That moon. And that is my mother. That is the light I went into to experience myself. The hue light man that I'm using. Okay? So, be careful with how you feel when it comes to compliments or people wanting to give you promotions or people having faith in you. Listen, where does that thing resonate? Are you feeling it in your solar plexus or your heart chakra or in your mind? How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel like a victim or a victor? Does that make you feel like a witness? Thank you. Or a victim? I'm not smart. Awacha hizo. How does it make you feel? Then when you know, do your shadow work. Understand someone downplayed you, made you feel small. Find out who that is. Look at yourself in the mirror. There's no shame in dealing with your wounds. Look at yourself. Look at your wounded self. Go and look in the mirror. Who told you you are not enough? Was it your father? Was it your mother? Was it family? Was it someone you loved? Was it a sibling? Was it someone you are looking up to? Who was that? And did you believe that? Or do you know how beautiful, powerful, fearfully, and wonderfully made you are? So you don't believe that bullshit. So you have faith in yourself. So you are walking in your light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Shine your light. Don't allow them to dim it for you. Let me see if there's a question before I skip. My moon's family downplayed me, or my mom's family, or I call them your moon. It's still your moon, is still the feminine. It's your Cancer energy. Be careful in that family of Cancer, eh? That is a family that can have a lot of cancer. Cancer of the nyondos, breast cancer. Be careful you don't become a victim like them. That's a house of Cancer. Cancer house. That's a whole walking chemotherapy house. Be careful, people there may be losing their hair. I am the OG. Molly Kuna. Shout out to Molly. Molly with the beautiful house. I want to taste Monjiro's wine as well. Hey, my friend. Hey, my friend. How are you doing? My grandpa died of cancer. House of Cancer, house of heart care. You need to have a lot of care in that house. That house has no care energy. You need to work on your heart chakra. Work on healing your heart chakra. You know this channel hakunanga shortcut. Unakuja unapewa diagnosis. Go and work on your heart. Can you be more giving? Can you be more accommodating? Can you learn how to make love? Because there's nothing like love. You have to make love. Can you learn how to make love? Have you been pretending your orgasms? Colored water TikTok. This is experimental colored water. TikTok. We're experimenting with colored water, with hibiscus. Very potent colored water TikTok. This is for science experiments only. Your house of Cancer, that's a consultation. Bring your ass over. Book a consultation. Or if you don't want to book a consultation, deal with your heart chakra. Now you go and do all the shadow work, investigate your mother. Those are mother wounds. Deal your mother with your maternal, that side, your shosho, your mashida yote. Or book a consultation. It's your choice. It's your house. It's your house of cards or your house of Cancer. No pun intended. So, I have a few minutes before I drive away. So give me, let's hear them. Let's do a quick Q&A. It's an open panel now. You can request. Now it's an open panel. You can request. You can ask a question. You can say you want you can book your colored water. Kesho ni holiday. A liter ni 1,000. 1 liter is 1,000. Only. Beautiful. So now it's a Q&A. It's a Q&A you can request. You know, we came here for a sundown. As umekuja hapa giza imeingia. So you're just going to chill here and wait for the geckos to come out. You know the geckos come out at night now. You can see the butterfly. Remember butterfly. Sasa hizi mabutterfly zinakujanga. Mageko nazo zinatokea. So mi uchila hapa na ngojea mageko zikuje zikule mabutterfly. It's a beautiful sight. It's nature. You have to see the geckos kwa ukuta upside down. Mnamuona huyu? Ama hata muone huyu anangoja hapa. Can you see him? You see him? Hapo karibu na kamba. Unamuona upside down? Do you know what that means to walk upside down? Ama unajua tu Bible, walking on water. Do you know what it means to walk upside down? Ama unajua tu walking on water? You only know about walking on water. So you never thought, wewe hujaikaa chini ukakaa hivi ukawatch gecko ikikula unashindwa. And hii kitu inajishikilia aje? Common sense. What is this now? So immediately you're like, okay, let me go into the Zodiac system and see what Zodiac sign is connected to geckos. And why geckos and lightning. Now you are going to the folk role. Sasa umeenda kwa ngano. Wathi kwi ngano iria cia marimo. Wathi kwi ngano icio. Wakora, oh shit. It's another rabbit hole. Shout out to rabbit holes. Shout out to all bunny holes. Rabbit holes. Rabbits are called bunnies. Shout out to all the bunny holes. Shout out to Hag Hefner, the late Hag Hefner. Shout out to Playboy. Gentlemen's Club. So if you're hitting on Playboy, you must be having a problem. Either you don't like men. So you don't like men. So you don't like Playboy. Kwa hivyo upendi men. So you don't like women. That's what I mean. So you don't like women. So you don't like Playboy, you don't like women. So when you are in a group ingine, you have to know how to see these things bana. Unakuja na kukuta umefungua Pornhub anakuambia la. Msi una watch porn, you like hii ni Pornhub bana. Nimekuja hapa nikakuta hii bwana hii inaitwa black boss. Ona hii black. Hai wafai ku watch porn no ala. Aya, kumbe upeni mademu wewe. Upeni mademu. Upeni mademu? Unapenda nini? Na rafiki yangu aje. No, I'm saying no puns intended. Don't get addicted. There's a problem when you get addicted to something. Sasa, shida ni kukuwa addicted. You can raise your kundalini using porn, but I didn't say you go watch. Why am I being fought by my mom's family after I made it better than them? Sisters, huko. They are not even your family. Fuck them. You came through them. You are just related. You are relatives. Relatives. You are related. You came through those people. Relativity. The role of relativity. It doesn't mean that they are family. Your family ni yule mtu wana stick na wewe. Your family is the people now you are talking to. Now that's your family. You may even go and discover your own mother hawezi kupea damu. You have a different blood type. Mamako ni blood O. Wewe ni A. Babako alikuwa AB. Your sister ni O negative. Brotherke ni A positive. Mwengine mpaka unasikia sijui zinaitwa resource factor. You are like what? Ate ginyani yale geto mwanani thaka. You know. Ati unalea. Ati wewe mimba ni yako na inakataa mtoto. What is that? Mbona mfikiri? Ati anga mwana ndani rarega ati mamu arahewaga ndawa cia thakame nigetha ndeo itikire. Na mna force ya nini? Now you're insisting on bringing a demon here na the rest thing itakuja kuua umama. In one way, shape or another. Death does not just mean you are dead, you are buried. Death to an empire. Mulikuwa na pesa iliisha. Mulikuwa na vitu mulisota. Mulikuwa na magorofa zilienda. Shout out to the Modhakas. Shout out to that family. Akina Meshinda. Shout out to those people. Ithuguri. Kiawairera. AKA Kiawairera Butchery. What is Kiawairera Butchery? Kiawairera Butchery, a present day afya center. Unaona hapo afya center? Unaona afya center? You are green. Hare busireta go Kiawairera Butchery. That was my grandfather. So what happened? So instead of Kiawairera Tower, ni afya center. Spiritual warfare. So what happened to you? So-called giants. Mm-hmm. So now we'll be working with powerful ancestors now because we can see it. We're like, oh, wait, these are ruins. We can no longer continue upholding ruins. The ruins of Gedi, the ruins of Vasco da Gama. Kama wewe unaenda Mombasa unakuta the ruins of Gedi, the ruins of Rome. Why should we keep uplifting ruins? We are in a new world. Shout out to the new world. The age of Aquarius is here. We are no longer upholding ruins. We are not calling on weak ancestors anymore. We'll only be working with strong ancestors. If you are comfortable with old ancestors that are useless, jump on the boat. Jump on the boat now. Get in the colony. We are staying and we are building. We are the natives. Woo! Never had such wisdom from a drink before. The God's elixir made by me. That's my wine. Imagine. So why am I being fought by my parents? So your family, you have to understand your family. So your family, you remember your mother can be your biggest enemy. Before you say, mamako hawezi kuwa your biggest enemy, all you have to do is jump on a newspaper and see how many women jump in jam. Wamama wangapi wameruka kwa damu na wamama na watoto kwa mgongo? How many have you seen? Umeona wamama wangapi wakibeg na mtoto, wameweka mtoto kwa lami hapo. Hapo. Lori inapita inamisi mtoto kichwa, amemweka kwa lami na kikombe. Anaombaomba. Ana mahali amevunjika mguu. Ako healthy. But ameamua huyu mtoto huyu ni ndatumia kubeg. So is that love? Now before you're like, oh my God, but I thought. Usilete morality hapa. Morality ni wewe umefanya. Morality is man-made. We look at what that means as the signature. We are spiritual beings. We look at what it means to be a mother, matano, a nurturing energy. Na umeweka mtoto kwa lami. Na bila mtoto huwezi kuja kwa street juu mtoto ndiye anafanya upewe pesa. Umeweka kwa mgongo, kazi yako ni kuongea watu kioo. Koko. Nisaidie, juu ulidinywa. Ni mimi nilikudinya. So kudinywa yako, mistake yako ni yangu, sasa imekuwa responsibility yangu. Now I have to support that now. Now I have to pay for whoever nutted inside you. Esoterically speaking. You have to recognize demons when you see them. Hell, we are in the world full of demons and angels walking amongst us. We drink with them, we sleep with them. We kiss them. We touch them, we interact with them. They are our bosses, they are our children. But you have to see them for what they are. Then you have to accept how much you can tolerate a demon or an angel. They are angels that don't play. They are angels that are more dangerous than demons. They don't waste time in correcting your ass, making you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Thriller now. Now Michael Jackson is back. Michael is back. So when you go to TikTok, there's a new Michael. Juu tumetoka Scorpion King. Unajua dunia ni duara. Put me on the drink for what are the ingredients for an organic lava. It has no yeast. My drink has no yeast. 0 yeast. My mom has been my biggest enemy. Yeah, she is. So you can decide to interact with her. Unamguza na mti ya 10 foot. So utakuwa unamwanblock, unamtumia dhao na unablock yeah. Kwa najua bado ni ngumu, huwezi kosa kumtumia kakitu. You are still African. You are still African. You ain't got the guts like me now. unamwanblock, unamtumia 2,000, una flash, anachukua, unasikia bado wako na simu, unasikia hello, unakata na una block. Anaona hiyo ni huko mgaralia, anajaribu kukupigia aiendi, but anaona 2,000, so anachukua 2,000 anatulia. You don't have to relate with her. Sawa. Now, everything you ever did was wrong. Of course, you kept your legs crossed longer than your mom. What do you expect? How do you recognize demons? You don't. You have to know one. You have to be one to know one. It takes one to know one. Demons are the most beautiful, devious things. I told you. So umesikia nikisema you sleep with them, you kiss them, they're your parents and everything. You think that demon ni kitu ugly. No. A demon just means your desires. Sasa wacha kuenda spookism. Sasa umeenda kwa movie. Sasa ona wewe. Sasa uko kwa movie, umeanza kuona kitu iko na ati inageuza watu kwa ile picha mliwekwa hapa wazimu. Ati watu wanageuzwa jikoni, jehanamu na vijiko na mtu akona mkia black. Sasa umeanza kuona ati demon hivyo. Hapana. Demons are just your desires. What desires are you lost in? Do you choke your monkey every hour? That's a demon. That's a demiurge. You are lost in your lowest animalistic states. For some of you are demons where you are demon to yourself. You are like that venom. Mkono moja yako hata inaweza kuattack na ni mkono yako. Mwana kupigana na mtu unamisu na jigonga. Unafaa unajiuliza wait a minute. Tulikuwa tunapigana, nikajigonga. Nilikuwa nakata fence, nikajikata. What the fuck is wrong with my hand? The Bible tells you, cut it off. Sasa unafikiria ati nikate it off uchukue panga ukate. No, cut off that habit. Your right palm is too quick to get to your dick so that you can jack off. Cut off that habit. You are too quick thieving. Cut off that habit. Si kukata sasa ati cut that thing and throw it away. Sasa uende uwekelee dick yako kwa chopping board ukate ati ni Bible imekuambia. Sasa ni mjinga gani wewe? Sasa wewe. Understand allegory. Okay? Ndio mnatukanangwa na Pastor Nganga. My mother, my father, my biggest enemy. I don't know what I did to him. You did nothing to him. He should have known better. He's the adult. And fuck him. And fuck you too for manifesting that. Now heal. Both of you muheal. Jenga, niliona mtu akisema ati deleting numbers you are no longer using is a sign of depression. No, fuck those numbers. Those are sigils. Those are spells. You don't need those people. Actually, we should have I would love to have an app that if a number, we have not communicated with a number within the last 3 months in a delete. I would love that app. So nimewapea kazi sasa. I give you game. Anyone in IT, create an application that if after 3 months I've not talked to a number in a delete, I would love to take that. I would love, because 3 months is 90 days. That's a whole season. I would love that kind of application. Kazi yake tu kushinda tu kiangalia contact zangu. Every week ina scan contact. Every week. Inaona 3 months hawajaongea, delete. Tupa mbali. Because I only want people in my life. I want to be in the present. So these are people who are building me. See, namba mjaongea na mtu na 8 years na bado iko kwa simu yako. Demon bado inakuchannel. My ex unakuta bado uko na namba ya ex wako na mkutana na yeye saa hizi yako na watoto 5. So I should not feel guilty for how detached I am from the family. Familia. We? Baga kuwa block, wewe unasema nini? Unawa block. If they're not going to recognize you or cheer for you or have boundaries, wanna feel like they can treat you any way they want, you even block them and feel nothing. Si kuna watu wanakuheshimu na si wa familia. How many people respect you and they're not from the family? Now that's your family. They respect your boundaries. They even know when you are sick. Imagine familia yako na wajuangi ukiwa mgonjwa. Who are the first people you inform when you are unwell? Now that's your family. Who are the first people when you unajua umenyeshewa? Now that's your family. Familia yako unaenda unaona hospitali unachinjwa na unatoka na hakuna mtu alijua ulikuwa surgery na sasa ulikuwa umechinjwa roho. Your whole heart was on a table. They were operating on your heart. They took out your whole heart, put it on a table, worked on your aorta, pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins. They put a valve in there. They put wires. Then they took your heart. Saizo uko Karen hospital uko kwa Dr. nani? Anaitwa nani? Dr. huyu wa Karen hospital. And they have not sponsored this live, but I'm going to Kekonyo, Dr. Kekonyo. Dr. Kekonyo amekutoa roho, amewekelea kwa sahani, anakudissect, anatoa pulmonary artery, anatoa pulmonary vein, anaweka aorta, anaweka mabati, anakuweka ile kitu inaekango ile inakusaidia roho, juu unajua kansa yako imekusumbua sana. Uwezi samehea watu, umekurudisha roho, umepona, afu familia yako wanasikia ati ulikuwaga wapi, unaambia ulikuwa hospitali yako. Wathiĩte thibitarĩ rĩ? Umeraga July. Aya, na tutiamenyire. Nĩ kwarĩ mũrwaru. Nĩ ngoro. Nĩkĩ ngoro yekĩte? Na nĩ mamu wanyu, your own mother. Nĩkĩ ngoro yekĩte? Toko na ngoro nditũ ũguo. Ukamwĩra ihe ngoro rĩ, anga left ventricle nderirwo gwathire, ndarĩ gũthĩnjwo ngoro. Hai, nginya gĩthĩnjwo. Taigua maũndũ, we gũthĩnjwo ngoro. Kĩo gũtũkia ũguo nĩ warĩ ngoro nditũ tawe. Now that's your parent. That's who you are looking forward. That is the people who downplayed you now. Those are the people who have now pushed you to what you are when it comes to success and elating. That is what you are calling family. Si umesikia Yesu akiongea? Your own Jesus talked about it and said, my disciplines are my brothers and sisters and my mother. Hizo zingine zote sijui. Tabia zangu, how I move, the people I relate with. That's my family. The people, places and things, situation and circumstances. That is my family. That's your Jesus telling you. Wengine wacha nao, wanaweza nigeuka. Hata Mary alikuwa anazalia kwa nini ya ng'ombe kwa nini? Mbona hakuwa anamzalia NBNB ama kwa hospitali? Think. Mbona hata Yesu alikuwa anatoroka nyumbani anaenda kuongea na jenga wa Muthaka, anaenda kwa the Magi. Think. Mbona hakuwa na watoto wengine? Negligence. He was neglected. Hakuwa anapewa toy. So he was downplayed. He was the black child. Sasa alikuwa anaenda kwa wazee na kuta jenga wa Muthaka. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know how to read your Bible. Don't read it biased. Now you are biased. You are looking at it like the book of God. Like you. No, wait. This child feels like he was an abandoned child. Mamake alikuwa anaenda kumutafuta. Kwani mamake yako unajua kwenye mtoto wako saa zote? That feels like a very negligent mother. Very negligent. Ati anaenda kuambiwa mtoto wako na wazee. Na wazee? Na mimi kwanza najua story ya wazee na vijana. Unajua nimeenda Roman Catholic Church. Najua vijana na wazee. Kwanza nikiangalia nasikia Jay-Z. Jay-Z ni sana hiyo story nasikia. Nasikia PDD. Vijana, watoto. Vijana doesn't have to be a boy. We are talking of youth. Esoterically speaking. Alafu nasikia kijana hata hakuoa. Ate 33. Na hakuwa ameoa 33. Na msichana akiwa na 14 na kona mimba. Hata nasikia Mohamed alikuwa na wao akiwa na 9 years. Huyu 33 hajaoa. Kwani alikuwa abused? Kwa nini kushinda na wazee mahali? So you have an open mind. Question everything. That's how you awaken. Question everything. Now, when you are questioning everything, you are creating new neural pathways, new angles. You are working with different angels who are for you now. Ndio hiyo dogi imeongea Anubis. Series the dog star. Ndio hiyo. Series the dog star. Kuna waja ati ndege ipite. You have to know where to get the message. It's confirmed all the time. Shout out to those spirits now. Those spiritual predecessors who are going to work with you. Shout out to Series, the dog star. Shout out to Series. Enough. Hiyo maneno tumemaliza. Now, back to the live. So ilikuwa ni Q&A. We were at Q&A. I have to go and get some milk. I have to end this live. Lazima niende maziwa. Shout out to all the Motinas. Yeah, shout out to all the series dog stars, mtu mwingine atafikiria tu ni video tu, atafikiria ni maumbo watu, ni maumbo hazikuwa zinalia na zimenyamaza. Nimesikia kengele zimenyamaza, ni maumbo ni magui ni magui alafu nasema all dogs go to heaven. All dogs go to heaven. All dogs go to heaven. Series star, the dog star. Anyway, ama uko unajua hivyo. Ni kanisa ni kanisa. Pole sana. It's not for everyone. Ni sawa. So, shout out to everyone in the comments, each one. I said it's an open panel, hakuna mtu request. I said that a Q&A, hakuna mtu ameuliza question, so that means you are okay with the message, you took the message. Watch how you move around compliment. Start listening truly to yourself. Mtu akikwambia uko smart, mtu akikwambia umekununua kitu poa. Question, where is that feeling coming from? Ukienda kununua nguo ya mtumba, unataka the cheapest, jiulize who downplayed you, because pia wewe unaweza vaa kitu mpya. Unaweza nunua gari mpya 0 mileage. So you have to change our manifestation. Right now I'm going to my manifestation wall, Capricorn, nabadilisha kila kitu. Naweka gari mpya 0 mileage. Si gari ya kupiga kwa internet. No, I'll take myself. Hiyo si story yenu. It's a new world. We're even shifting how we are manifesting. 0 mileage, baby. And I love you. Kumagitina kia goro yako. The bottom of my heart. Ciao, ciao. Itaki kukatika.